My name is Micah. I'm 11 years old. I like watching sports, eating pancakes, and telling jokes.
So with COVID, we went from being a family that was into a lot of extracurricular activities to being home. So we went from being really like an external family to being really insular, just ourselves.
I like to play with my friends, but when COVID hit, we couldn't play in person that as much, and we couldn't go to school and play. It made me upset because I had really no one to play with or talk with, so I had to play by myself.
So Micah went from being really pretty outgoing to being very quiet, a little bit sad. He did experience a little bit of anxiety. He asked a lot of questions. We didn't have a lot of answers. He would have moments of where he would just experience complete overwhelm. And he would also he'd wake up with nightmares. And sometimes even during the day, like he'll be working through something and he'd just have that image come back of whatever it was he dreamt about. And that would take over everything. So he could not move past it while he had these horrible thoughts in his head. It was a bit of definitely a shift from who he was. In order to help Micah, deal with some of the anxiety that he was feeling and the frustration and the overwhelm, his aunt and uncle had suggested maybe drawing out what he was seeing, and the pictures he was seeing in his head and what he was, dreaming about. So he would draw out pictures, and then we'd sit and we'd talk through, what it was that he drew, like what's the significance of that and what does this mean? And then so we would focus more on the picture.
I didn't really tell anyone that I was sad or lonely, so me drawing helped me express what I was feeling at that time.
And it was easy for him to talk through the picture than to talk through these obscure feelings that he was having. And that seemed to help him because he knew he was able to get the picture out of his head and then talk through it, and it helped him not having to carry it around himself. We'd spent a lot of time praying through what it was he was feeling and asking God for answers because we didn't have them necessarily. It really helped him manage. His personality popped again. He was his back to his old self.
As a family, we went for walks, and we also used to play like board games, like dominoes and chess. We also, during Christmas, we got a Nintendo, so we played Just Dance. When I'm doing stuff with my family, it takes my mind off the bad stuff. Yeah, I like spending time with them because it's fun and it makes me laugh.
We do still have, moments where, it's hard to manage, but what we did learn is we have to endure and we move through things. There's gonna be hard things in life. There's gonna be things that happen that are out of our control, that we don't have answers to. But what we need to do is continue to hold on to what we know. We know God is there. We know He's for us. We know we've got family that we can lean on and depend on.
If you have anxiety or feeling lonely, talk to someone or talk to God, because it makes you feel better if you talk to someone so they can help, or if you talk to God, He can help.
In anything that we are doing, anything that we're going through, we need to work through it. We need to take the time that it takes to develop that muscle. We have to practice to get better at it. And we also have to practice at getting better at enduring hard things. We have to practice prayer. We have to practice, reading God's word to tell us what we need to do to get through the tough things. I think that's the most important thing, and I think that's what God really wants us to do, is just to do a little bit better every day.